He could go all the way. 95 yards, 38-7 Panthers.
Hey guys, Carmine Bianco here of WagerTalk.com, and welcome to Run, Pass, and Pint. This is a weekly feature I'm going to have. I usually get these things up on Wednesday and Thursdays. We'll talk about the past week in NFL and in soccer, and we'll talk about what's coming up the following weekend. End of the video, I'll have a promo code for the weekend or for the following week. We'll recap also some controversial things that happen in sports. We'll have a tweet of the week feature. The tweet of the week feature is I'm just going to pull a tweet off the internet. If it's something that's directed at me, whether it's directed at someone at Wager Talk or it's just a tweet in general, anything I think might be interesting, I'm going to put it up there. If it's one of my followers, I will give you a 3-day pass for the weekend if I choose your tweet. So anyways, tweet out to me. Also, at the end of this video, obviously leave a comment on anything you'd like to see in the future. All right, let's get right to it. Last week was pretty much as bad as it could have been, whether it was like last-minute goals, red cards, or in baseball, ninth-inning runs that killed totals. Pretty much everything that could go wrong went wrong. Wasn't a great week for me, but we'll look to turn it around this coming week. It literally had me thinking at some point of that Seinfeld episode where Jerry says to George, if everything you do is wrong, then the opposite must be right. And I may be bald, but I'm not Costanza. So anyways, let's get on to some controversial stuff that you've seen or things that are in sports. First of all, this is being recorded on Wednesday night, and I want to talk about Tuesday night, Seattle, Baltimore. Okay, you have LeBlanc of Seattle. He's cruising along, 6 innings. He's gone 6 innings. He's thrown only 68 pitches, 50 of which were strikes. And somehow Scott Service feels the need to take him out of the game because he doesn't like who's coming up in the 7th and thinks that his bullpen can do much better. Well, yeah, literally his bullpen did was light a match because they were absolutely horrible. Seattle blew that game. They had a chance to make some ground on the Oakland A's, and they didn't. There was a fight in the Seattle dressing room prior to the game. They probably should have had that fight after the game. Someone beat the crap out of Service, maybe LeBlanc. But anyways, he only threw 68 pitches, so he was well rested. He could have. The Nike controversy. All right, I don't have a dog in this fight, but let me tell you, nothing Nike does is done without them going through the risk of what they do, their promos, their ads. Cap's been on their payroll for 5-6 years, I think I read. Listen, regardless, there's guys on the internet burning their Nikes, cutting out the Nike symbols. I don't get it. You're doing nothing except for 2 months from now, when this all blows over like everything usually does, you're going to go to the Nike store and spend more money. So what you should be doing right now is buying Nike stock. I think some of you guys are idiots for doing so, but you have your own reasons. I don't have a dog in this fight, so do what you want to do. That's perfectly fine. All right. Baseball. Here's the thing, guys. It's September. I know NFL started. I know college football started. Baseball, other than the AL East and the NL East, the AL West and the NL West, a lot of these divisions are pretty much sewn up. The NL wild card still has a race going on, but you have to pick your spots if you're going to bet baseball right now, because there's a lot of big price favorites that are going down in flames, and this is just going to be a bankroll killer for you guys. A lot of you guys, I know you're smart enough to know what bankroll management is, but you can't just figure that the Astros and the Yankees are automatic because they're minus 300 at your sports book. That's absolutely ridiculous, guys. It's a long-term game here, so protect your bankrolls and pick your spots in baseball. Now, tweet of the week. I'm going to put up both a tweet and a picture. I wanted you to look at this, so I'll put up the tweet first. All right, so that tweet has to do with this picture that I tweeted out as well too. So have a look at this picture. Now that's Mike Dentale. If you don't know who Mike Dentale is, he's a very good poker player. Um, I was in Montreal this past weekend at Playground Poker for the World Series of Poker main event, circuit event, main event. Mike was at my table, two to my right, and we're late in day one. They have a dinner break coming up, and as you can see by that picture that I showed you, Mike had a pretty big stack of chips. We figured about 150,000 in chips, more or less. We came back from dinner break 45 minutes later, and Mike has about 50K less in chips. They colored up his greens, colored up his blacks, and they sort of made some of his chips disappear. Mike was a little upset. The tournament staff came over. They reviewed the tapes. They said they would not let him look at the tapes of what happened during the break, although they do have video footage of it. They have a fantastic poker room at Playground Poker, but this incident was a pretty bad incident. I think it's a black eye on Playground Poker. They showed Mike a screenshot of his chips. The only problem was that screenshot was of 2 hours earlier when his stock was a little lower than what it was. So I feel sorry for Mike. We both made it to day two. I'm not really sure how he did after that, but Mike, you're my tweet of the week this week, and good luck and best of luck in the future. Now we're going to go through three NFL busts or surprises for the season. Bust number one is the Bills. They don't really need any help to be a bust, kind of like this Cleveland Browns Jim Brown jersey that I'm wearing. But if you look at the Bills schedule, they literally are going to go 0-8 to start the season. I don't see any wins in their first 8 games. There's a lot of playoff teams that they're playing. They start off on the road against the Ravens. They're probably their easiest game, and I don't even think it's easy, is they play the Titans at home. And, the Titans are healthy now with Mariota back at quarterback. So I don't even think that's an easy one for them. They'll be an underdog in that game as well, probably, 3 to 4 point dog, I would think. But by the time week 8 rolls around when they play the Patriots, they could be 0-8. So 6.5, I took that. When the numbers first came out, they're still 6.5. The only problem is now the juice on 6.5 is just the big is out of control. It's probably like minus 240 right now, 250 I think when I checked a couple days ago. If anyone knows of a place that has alternate lines where I could take like 5.5, I'm not sure if 5 dimes would have something like that. Let me know. Tweet it out to me because I would love to take under 5.5 as well. It's not like they're playing the Jets 8 times in a row. So they couldn't even sweep the Jets last year. Surprises. I think the Colts would be a surprise. They're over under 6.5. I know some people are leery of Luck coming off an off year where literally he did not play last year. He was injured with surgery and sat out the whole season. If you're looking at his preseason and expected him to light it up, that's not the plan they had in place. It was literally to get him comfortable back under the ball, which they did. They've got an offensive attack that is literally, I believe, is going to be a short passing game, running game, using the tight end. So they'll get him going, but they have a schedule where I think they can go 9-7. So I could be wrong here. Tell me if I am, but I think they have a 9-7 type schedule. Another bust, 49ers. 49ers, I don't have their over-under here, but although they could go 8-8, I doubt they'll win 8 games. A lot of people jumped on this 49er bandwagon because of the signing of Garoppolo last season. But listen, they won 4 games. They put up a lot of points, but it was December, guys. There's so many heroes that come out in December and then do absolutely nothing the following year. I'm not saying he's going to do nothing, but listen, he's going to play against teams that are going to use their defenses, teams that are going to have their starters back in. Look at the games they played last season in December, and there's a couple teams that were gearing up for the playoffs. That's sad players. So I'm not big on the Garoppolo bandwagon. So I think a lot of people are going to jump off that as we go along. All right, listen. Up this weekend, We have a weekend. This is obviously NFL weekend, college football weekend. I have a NFL two-pack up, which includes a total. We had a profitable NFL season last year, as well as college. We're off to I believe a 3-1 start in college this year. I could be wrong, but I believe it's 3-1. Soccer. It's the UEFA Nations Cup. So it's not domestic league soccer this week. That returns next week. It's the UEFA Nations Cup. It's a new competition with obviously with all the countries. Starts on Friday and goes till Tuesday, and then domestic league returns the following week. There are some big games coming up. An interesting game. I'll make it a free play, but I don't know what the line is. So look for a tweet on obviously on Twitter when I know the line. But Denmark plays Wales. They lost 3-0 to Slovakia, but they literally played the whole game in the Denmark half of the field. The team that did so well at the World Cup sort of revolted against the Denmark Federation. I'm not sure whether it's over licensing or sponsors on their uniforms, but Denmark is using players from their third division, and they literally look like players from their third division. So they'll play Wales, a team with Gareth Bale, and a team that can score. And I actually expect the line to probably be somewhere around 2.5, the goal line. And I can literally see Wales putting up a crooked number like a 4 or a 5 there and winning 4 or 5-0. That would probably be your free play. It should be your free play, and it will be your free play if the line is 2.5. But I will post about it on Twitter. Since this is the first Run, Pass, and Pint video, you can pick up my Friday, Saturday, Sunday 3-day all access, all plays, whether it's baseball, college football, NFL, or soccer, and use the promo code RPP20. So Run, Pass, and Pint, the initials RPP20, and you get $20 off a 3-day all access package. Anyways, guys, look forward to putting up these videos each and every week. Hopefully the next one starts with I had a really good week last week, as opposed to I sucked ass. And again, tweet out to me, and I look forward to hearing from you guys.
Messi. Oh.